Welcome back to the channel. Over the next few episodes we wanted to share with you our trip to Athens, which we did last year, give you some tips and maybe inspire you to visit some of the places.
We stayed for a week, which gave us plenty of opportunity to see all the famous sites and some of the lesser known ones too.
We stayed in an Airbnb apartment in a local residential area, which makes us feel like we're in the real city as opposed to just the tourist area, and also this gives us more space to ourselves.
It also allows us to eat at the apartment, which we did for all of our breakfast. We love looking around for in supermarkets, looking at all the different produce and buying something for an evening meal.
Of course, we also like eating out, which we did for every lunchtime and some of the evenings. This enables us to be a bit more economic, and thus we can therefore travel more. In this episode, we will show you the Acropolis, its museum, our apartment,
and Atlantikos, which is an amazing fish restaurant that we would highly recommend, and Philopappou Hill, which is a great place to go and watch the sunset with a beer.
With a beer, absolutely. So without further ado, let's show you what we did. Good morning from Athens. It's 8 AM and today we are visiting the Acropolis, which has just opened. It's the best time to visit, no long queues, less people on the hill and a perfect temperature.
The first ancient building you come to is the Greek theatre of Dionysus, built sometime in the 6th century BC.
Next up is the Roman theatre, built in 161 AD, which makes it almost 800 years younger than the Greek theatre.
After the theatre, you reach the Propylaea, which is the gateway to the Acropolis.
As we left the gateway, we were really treated by the rising sun.
We learnt that the Acropolis is the hill, and the Parthenon is one of the many temples that sits on top of the Acropolis.
The Parthenon was completed for the goddess Athena around 438 BC. Within it once stood a huge 12-metre high statue of Athena.
This is the Erechtheion temple, built 5th century BC. The most impressive part is the north porch with its 6 maidens, known as caryatids.
These are not the originals, they are in the Acropolis Museum, which you will see later in this video. Michelle is annoyed by the people posing in front of the Pantheon. Like they're the most important thing, and not the Pantheon. We finished our visit just as it was getting busy and headed for lunch. Lunchtime beer.
Thank you.
I think it might have water in it because it's already a little bit. That's got ice in it, isn't it? It's made it go cloudy. So we understand that ouzo is appropriate to have with fish. So hence we've ordered fish and we've got the ouzo, and we'll tell you whether that works or not. So we have our green beetroot salad with cheese.
Yeah.
Sure, you going to try it?
I am, isn't it?
No, got dirty on this. Don't get it on your lap. Oh wow. Okay. Fantastic. Thank you. That looks good.
It does.
Fish and chips. Okay, so this fish is a red porgy, which apparently is a sea bream, and it is very tasty. I'm going to try some with the ouzo. Different.
Yeah.
It's fine. Yeah, it's fine.
But not necessary.
Well, yeah, wine would be better, but you know, winning Greece.
Yeah.
But the fish and grilled and the bits of skin are really tasty.
Yeah.
I recommend it.
Is that why you're eating all the skin?
Sorry, I'm eating your skin as well.
The lunch was so good we came back for a second time. You can get a good view of some of the sites without entering. We did this for both the Roman and ancient agoras.
The Areopagus Hill gives a good view of the ancient Agora and the city. It's located close to the exit from the Acropolis. Apparently, John Lennon bought some sandals here back in 1967. There's the evidence of them wearing the sandals, apparently. So they say. So what are you doing here, Michelle?
I think I'm going to get some stamps, but I'm not sure what will happen.
For
Some postcards.
all done? Our apartment was located on the top floor of this block.
The apartment is 4 floors up. We tended to walk up, but on some occasions Martin got the lift.
Well, I am older than you.
And we're in.
Into a Airbnb. A balcony with a view of the Acropolis. Are you waiting patiently for the museum to open?
I am.
As you enter the museum, there are a number of models showing the Acropolis from different centuries.
We would recommend getting to the museum for opening as it gets extremely busy.
The museum is a fantastic way of learning the history of the site, with many artefacts of film and models.
top floor is dedicated to the fascias from the top of the Parthenon. It is scaled to the same size as the original, with fascias that have fallen and some newly made copies.
The fascias and statues which are coloured white are the copies.
Many of the originals are in London's British Museum. We've recently heard that they will be returned, which would be good.
This model shows how the Parthenon would have looked when complete.
These are the original caryatids. You may notice there are only 5. That's because the other one is in the British Museum.
Underneath the museum is the Macrigianus plot. This was found when they excavated before building the museum.
They found a whole network of roads, houses, baths and tombs. It was inhabited between 4 BC and 12 AD.
As soon as you arrive in Athens, you see some amazing ancient buildings. Hadrian's Arch, seen here, was the first one we saw.
We headed to Philopappou Hill for the sunset. It's a great place to finish the day with a cold beer.
Thank you for watching. We'll see you in the next episode when we show you more of Athens.